welcome you to the halftime show, sponsored by AT&T in the U.S. halfway to their 9th straight shutout. Alex Morgan now just 2 goals away from hitting the century mark. U.S. up at the break, 1-0. Rob Stone, Megan Klingberg, Christy Rampone back here with you. It's the final match of 2018 for the defending World Cup champs as they look to remain unbeaten on the calendar year. Their first real good opportunity, Christy, came here in the 15th.
Yes, it started with Pew to Carly. She finds the open space, plays a great ball, great first touch there to move her body. From Alex, she cuts it back, maybe arguably to strike that with her right foot, but Pew gets the chance to finish and was unlucky.
Scotland putting pressure on the United States, earns a 30th minute corner kick, and Alex Morgan on the spot because Cuthbert drove that one into a great area, and luckily Alex Morgan was there to clear it off the line.
Speaking of Alex Morgan, in the 39th minute, she gets her 98th international goal.
Sana plays that great ball wide to Pew, with Alex finishing it first time. Great start. The U.S. was successful with that because they built from the back three. Out from Sonnet to Pew, Pew into Alex, and a great finish.
We'll have more on that goal in just a moment. Alex Morgan now 18 goals this calendar year, 25 goals in her last 26 games. That's the good, but let's start with something that maybe not as good, a little bit shakiness. Questions on the back line, questions in net for the U.S., and we saw some examples of that.
Yeah, I think Ashland's been a little bit shaky in the back. You know, her decision-making, identifying where the pressure is coming from is something that she has to be on her toes. You know, here's the pressure comes. She makes this first good movement out, but then she's got to just release this ball and get it out of a dangerous situation.
And Christy, this is an area where I think Ashland is going to be able to separate herself from the other keepers in this roster. She's comfortable with her feet. She likes to play with the ball at her feet. But here we see that she didn't do well with it. But usually this is a way that she's able to make herself stand out from Nair, from A.D. French.
Look, it was a nice cut. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to see that
not
from
by your keeper.
Not sitting
in
back
the other
there.
18.
Absolutely, one crazy little toe poke, and that'll change everything. Alex Morgan doing what Alex Morgan does so well.
Yeah, Alex Morgan has been on fire this year. She has been, you know, a player to watch, and luckily she's been getting excellent service from her wingers. Mal Pugh takes a look up, drives it into an area that is perfect because the goalkeeper is not able to come off her line. Alex finds some space in between the 2 center backs, and those 2 center backs need to take a look because they should have shifted to their right, picked up Alex, picked up Carly, but they didn't, and Alex did a great job finding that space.
Here's an idea. Don't leave Alex Morgan
wide open.
1-0 at the break. The U.S. and Scotland already through to next summer's World Cup in France. Switzerland and the Netherlands met today for a berth. And we'll show you the highlights and tell you why one nation is celebrating right now.
This season, cricket's taking festive and turning it up to 4.
4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month.
See more at cricketwireless.com/holiday.
That's Gillette Clear Gel. It goes on clear and keeps you fresh all day. And it doesn't leave white marks on your shirt. Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant.
We welcome you back to the AT&T halftime show. U.S. up 1-0 in Scotland. UEFA playoff leg 2 just wrapped up in Switzerland. The Dutch up 3-0 after leg 1. Let's make it 4-0 here in the 52nd minute.
Yeah, Medema with a great touch, takes on and slots it far post. She's one of the best in the world at finishing. Van de Sanden with the cross. Look at this. Puts it right past her, and then has the wherewithal to put it in the side netting. So good. Netherlands through, locks up that last spot in UEFA.
They do it courtesy of the 4-1 aggregate. They are the 10th ranked team in the world. They are maybe one of those little dark horse teams you need to worry about next summer in France. We now have 19 nations that have qualified. Later tonight, it'll be 20. Panama and Argentina conclude their playoff series. States look to close out the year with their 18th win of the calendar year and 501st in program history. Alex Morgan has given them the 1-0 lead. Second half from Scotland next.
You okay there, Kurt?
We're about to move.
Karate helps relieve some of the house buying stress.
At least you don't have to worry about homeowners insurance. Call Geico.
Geico? Helps with homeowners insurance?
Been doing it for years.
I'm calling Geico right now.
Good idea.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
Women's World Cup, 206 days away. It all starts on June the 7th. It opens in Paris. It closes in Lyon. 24 teams in 9 French cities, and we can't wait for it to begin. U.S. is in it. So is Scotland. Those are the 2 teams playing in this one today. See some changes. That's Kirsty Smith, who's going to be coming in for Scotland. We'll see who else might be coming in. Again, we reference 6 subs allowed. And we're going to see another one, too. We'll get those subs confirmed. Haven't had a look yet at the U.S., so we're not sure about any changes for them. No U.S. changes, we're told. Scotland have apparently made 3 changes. Smith is one of them. Getting ready to start. Second half, Amy Fern blows the whistle, our English referee, and we are underway. If you're just joining us, Scotland's in blue, U.S. in white. And Scotland gave a pretty good account of themselves in the first 45, only conceding the goal to Alex Morgan. Otherwise, still be zeros on the board. What do you want to see better, Ali, from the U.S. in the second half?
I think they continue. Once they figured out how to get more players forward, breaking that first initial line of Scotland, I think they look better. I think still ball movement, the way they circulate it, has to be much quicker if they're going to break open Scotland that's been disciplined defensively.
I see Frankie Brown out on the field, so that would be another sub for Scotland. Here's a chance for Weir, and it's blocked. On that side, Emsley is there. Weir had a chance to equalize. That was a nice spin move. It was blocked by Del Kemper.
And the unnecessary foul at the end there by Lavelle. Got a player turning away. Just keep driving her back.
On this free kick for Scotland, they float that one up. They've looked dangerous on these set pieces. Del Kemper will clear it away. Kirsty Smith, Frankie Brown are 2 of the changes, and Shannon Lynn. For Scotland, they've changed goalkeepers after 45. Cuthbert running straight ahead, pushing it wide on the left side. Into the box it comes, cleared away. Sauerbrunn on the end of it. Morgan in the ball. Dropping it back. Short ball ahead. Lavelle. Pushed across by Joe Love. No foul given. Ertz moving it ahead on the left. Mallory Pugh, who had more influence on this game towards the end of that first half. And now the whistle. Free kick U.S. Ertz wanted 10 yards there. It's not on, so she'll wait it up.
That was a glimpse, JP, both plays of how important Julie Ertz is to the side. First, she muscles off number 6, Joe Love, from Scotland to win the ball, and then she gets in a more advanced position and becomes that outlet centrally, takes the touch, draws the foul. And the U.S. now in full possession.
Pushed ahead on the left. Fox denied by Brown. Corsi on it. First touch back to goal for the new goalkeeper, Shannon Lynn, actually more experienced than the other 2 on the roster. Intended wide for Ross. It's going out between the benches.
But Shelley Kurt did tell us when we spoke to her a few days ago the importance of getting some of the players that have been on the fringes, the players that haven't seen the playing time, some quality minutes today. We knew change would likely be coming.
Morgan slotting it in. Lavelle couldn't keep control. Cuthbert. Beattie. Corsi. Chased by Lloyd. Cuthbert. Starting off anyway much deeper. Off a block there. Should be an easy play for Lynn.
Cuthbert will do that. She'll float into midfield to pick the ball up off of her defenders in the lower position. She's one of those players that can run out of back line, but she's also capable of just dictating tempo, playing the simple ball. I think she's incredibly wise and mature for her age.
We will see Scotland in the World Cup this summer in France, making it for the first time in their history. And they have at least 4 very talented players not a part of this roster, so as impressed as we are with what we've seen so far today, we've got 4 quality players ready to step back in to the starting 11. Lynn will hold it. Lynn born in Canada to Scottish parents. Jill Ellis has not made any changes at the start of this half. We just saw Andy Sullivan and others warming up. Sullivan started the last game against Portugal. Ball is tapped back. Harris clipping it ahead. It's off Cuthbert. Dunn just getting back up as Julie Ertz will play it. Sonnet. Ertz. Scotland has kept this competitive. It's only a 1-0 deficit for them against the #1 ranked team in the world. New FIFA rankings will come out the day before the World Cup draw. But the U.S., I'm sure, will still stay at #1. Other movement might take place in that top 10. Harris. Dunn. She's been the starting left back for this team, but in the midfield today, in the absence of a few players, including Lindsay Horan, who played against Portugal the other night last week.
And she hasn't been on the ball much, but when she has, I think she's been incredibly effective. Able just to spin in that mid-line and break it open. She's been one of the more aggressive players with her decision-making.
Krista Smith had it blocked out. Smith plays for Manchester United. '52nd minute. The difference in this game, an Alex Morgan goal. Came late in the first half. Sonnet. Her throw in. Battle for the ball, won by Scotland. They move it out. Easy play for Sauerbrunn. Angles it back to the feet of Ashlyn Harris. Emily Fox. Off Ertz. Slow touch, unusual for Ertz, and that put Dahlkemper in a bad spot and got clipped. Passes from Ertz, normally much crisper.
But how about her defensive work? I mean, I think of the quality that she has going forward, but she's been involved in a lot of challenges today, and the effort to get back. This one, she just feasts on the slow pass back to Dahlkemper, closes it.
She's only 20, but plays at Chelsea. You mentioned before the experience of some of these players helped them in their maturity. That's one of the biggest differences from this team from 2013 when the U.S. last played them to now. Advantage call here to the feet of Lloyd. Step over. Morgan lays it off. Ertz blocked, and the rebound is cleared away. Julie Ertz, dangerous going forward.
And this would have been such a pretty goal. Crafty back heel by Lloyd, and then Alex Morgan just posts up, spins, lays in. Julie Ertz full stride there. Good strike on it. Good save.
Here's Fox. Lavelle holding there, 54th minute. Fox Good aggressive move towards the middle, but that's cut off. Beatty. Weir. We're not afraid to go forward with the ball, even at times when she's outnumbered. Lost it that time to Dunn. Ertz. Dunn. Sonnet. Goes off Lloyd. Cleared by Corsi. Given right back, though, to Julie Ertz. The starting center back of the 2015 World Cup, and Ertz now very strong in that holding midfielder position. U.S. closing out 2018, trying to close it out unbeaten. And this is their 20th game. Shannon Lynn put it back into play for Scotland. Who made 3 changes at the half.
Nice ball by Mallory Pugh just to split the defenders. And then you see the organization of the U.S. How many players they got forward on that moment. It wasn't just Morgan and Lloyd. You had players ghosting in at that far post and the late run from Ertz out of midfield. Unable to convert, though. That's one thing that we just haven't seen, I think, in this match from the United States is the explosive nature of how they send, whether it's the outside backs, whether it's center mids, 2 at a time. And they take risk. I think it's just been a little slow and conservative, which I wouldn't begrudge, considering it's the last game of a very long calendar year.
And you're missing Horan, you're missing Tobin Heath, and Rapinoe's on the bench today. And those are good 1v1 players that can open things up. Ball played in, headed right to Harris. Scotland, though, still hanging in there.
Yeah, and Brown in particular, I think, has been bright for Scotland. She's the one who clips this one over, and then it's number 13, Jane Ross, that just backs off her defender, gets a little window of space. The ball doesn't have enough pace on it, and the redirection goes right to Harris.
Ball driven long, and that's going to go out of play. U.S. missing several players today. Personal reasons, family reasons. The injury to Kelly O'Hara out 8 to 12 weeks. Turner Davidson out with an injury, and those are 2 potential starters, O'Hara and Davidson, in that back line.
I would go stronger and say likely starters.
When you say that, that means one of the 2 center backs you're seeing today may not be. Ball coming back the other way. Corsi defending, asks for a handball. Morgan sends it in, but it goes back to Lynn. As we think ahead to France, Allie, Jill Ellis is thinking not just about the 11, but also the 23. She's got a core. She probably knows a majority of the 11, I would think, right?
Yeah.
But there's still maybe 1-2 spots to be sorted out in the 11. And then even deeper before you get to the 23, maybe a solid 18. Lloyd looking, the cut. The last cut failed as Corsi picked it off. Smith moving it ahead. Christy Smith. Beatty. Lynn. U.S. heading it back, but giving it right back. Jenny Beatty with the switch. Several players on this Scottish team, well over 100 caps, so there's a lot more experience than we're used to seeing from Scotland in the past in the women's game. Pushed there off on Fox, but she recovered well for Sauerbrunn. Lavelle. Getting closer to the hour mark where normally you see changes made.
And I would expect them from the United States. We're going to share minutes. I would anticipate something coming into the center of midfield, perhaps a front runner up top. Give Jess McDonald another look.
We've got McDonald on the bench, Allie Long, Daniel Colaprico, Samantha Mewis, Andy Sullivan, Megan Rapinoe, and the backup goalkeepers, Adriana Franch. In the last game against Portugal, Jill Ellis did not use all the subs. Had one more that she could have made. Throw in here from Smith in the 59th minute. U.S. leading 1-0 on Alex Morgan's 98th international goal. Trying to become the 7th player to hit 100. Carly Lloyd was the last one, scoring her 100th earlier in the year against Mexico. Sonnet. Lloyd trying to put a little deft touch on that ball. Dahlkemper to the feet of Harris. Short for Sauerbrunn. Utah Royals center back finding Dahlkemper. Dunn, slight touch ahead. Mallory Pugh, 3 runners in the box, knocked away. Good job by Beattie, but she touched it last.
This is one area the U.S. has been bright in tonight, and I think overall it's something they've layered in. It's with, whether it's the winger or it's the center mid, just dragging out that outside back of their opponent and then allowing that next run to expose that space. Coordinated movement there between Dunn and Pugh is on.
Cuthbert tried the breaking pass for Ross. The U.S. will have possession. That is Shelley Kerr. Coached the men's team at Stirling University. First woman to do that in Scotland. Very highly regarded head coach. Again between the benches. U.S. throw-in. In for Lavelle. Fox as the clock strikes 60.
Fox was the widest player for the U.S. on this near side when that ball arrived. Alex Morgan had filtered centrally, and with that, I think the spacing has just been off. You've got to stretch Scotland sideline to sideline. And if Alex Morgan is central, it's going to be up to Fox. It's going to be up to center mid then to pull out wide.
Sauerbrunn. Ertz inside the circle, giving for Sonnet. Nice ball ahead. Carly Lloyd laying it off for Pugh. Morgan makes a run. Pugh went down. Penalty. Amy Fern has made the call. Let's bring in Christina Uncle, our referee and rules expert, and your take of that call.
Yeah, head referee Amy Fern made a great call here. As you can see, Mallory Pugh has the ball, and there's so much contact through the back. No opportunity to play the ball in a fair manner there. So great call by the ref.
And no hesitation, pointed right to the spot. So the U.S. with a chance here to take a 2-0 lead. Carly Lloyd will be the one to take it against Shannon Lynn, who came in as a second-half sub. Lloyd's ready. 105 international goals for Carly. Lloyd with a strike off the crossbar. The game stays at 1-0. Scotland only down by 1.
Lloyd just tries to hammer this one. Pings it off that crossbar. It's actually well read by Shannon Lynn, too. She was going to be there if that tucked in. That's a poor take by Lloyd. She's going to want that one back.
So Scotland still has life. The 63rd minute, trailing just by 1. As Lynn sends it forward. No one up yet by the 4th official in terms of a sub for the U.S. Scotland already made 3 changes. It comes back to the feet of Ashlyn Harris. Sauerbrunn. Calmness on the ball. Lavelle.
We've rarely talked about Lavelle today.
They're going to make another change. Christy Murray is the next sub for Scotland. She plays for Liverpool. That's Smith. Weir, a very active player in this game, dispossessed. The Ertz ball ahead. Carly Lloyd running strong, takes it. That's high and wide of Lynn.
That's 2 plays now that Carly Lloyd's finding a nice seam in that half space underneath the back line. The initial one to set up Pugh on that penalty, and then that take there. You got to wonder if that's perhaps an impetus for the change for Scotland, for Christy Murray to come in. She's one of your 6 kind of holding midfield types. If she slots in there, perhaps she comes in for Love. Shore things up centrally.
She's now up by the 4th official. Waiting to come in. Off Lloyd. It's going to fall to Mal Pugh against Smith. Solid pulling it back against Emsley. Pushed back by Pugh. To the feet of Dahlkemper. Big switch. Haven't seen enough of that today. Fox. An obvious foul on Love. We see the sub here. Free kick for the U.S. In the 65th minute, just a 1-goal lead on a goal by Alex Morgan.
A little clip from behind by Love. Lavelle going nowhere.
Murray is replacing Love. Maybe not. Just announced Murray. Love is staying on. We'll have to see who's coming out or who came out. Free kick, though, for the United States. Lavelle. It's in there. Morgan went up for it. Who touched it last? It's going to be ruled a goal kick.
Maybe they delayed her substitution off because she's good in the air on that set piece.
They announced the sub, though. It just didn't happen. So Love is the one coming out. You could hear the public address announcer make that announcement. So their most experienced player goes to the sideline. Christy Murray makes her 57th international appearance. The 4th substitution for Scotland. The U.S. yet to go to their bench. Shannon Lynn put it back into play. Cuthbert. Chased by Ertz. Cuthbert was slowed down and fouled. Free kick, Scotland.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, if it looks more like a 4-2-3-1 for Scotland, with Weir and Murray sitting in those 2 deep 6 roles, with Cuthbert then being that 10, if you will, somewhere where Kim Little would have played.
Remember, the manager, Shelley Kerr, had said, as we see Jessica McDonald getting ready to come in, Shelley Kerr had said they're prepared even for a blowout. This was going to be a measuring stick. She might even be surprised to see the score this close this late.
You know, I think part of what she, when we were talking to her, you got a sense of confidence in their game management skills. And I think that's what they've done incredibly well to this point in the match.
So no U.S. sub yet, but McDonald is going to come in. Waiting this free kick. Weir putting it up there. It falls outside. Murray with a miss hit. It's a good opportunity. That's at least the 3rd set piece where they've looked dangerous, Scotland.
The delivery has been fantastic. It's Weir on this one. Curls that one in behind. And then Alex Morgan, that's a poor clearance because she drops that one down as a gift. And it could have been an excellent first touch for Murray, but she shanks it in the end.
Well, Sonnet's coming out. They're going to go with 3 in the back. McDonald's certainly not going to play right back. That's the change.
And it'll be interesting to see how they shift things around.
They could move Dunn back there or play with 3 in the back? We'll soon know. But a good test again for Jessica McDonald. Harris getting ready to put it back into play. A slip. As she tried to clear that ball. A few players have been slipping today. Murray's pass blocked. Scotland recovering it.
So Lloyd, looks like Lloyd perhaps goes into midfield. Alex Morgan side centrally.
Fiona Brown trying that penetrating ball. It's blocked. The U.S. getting it back, and Dunn is going to be the left back. So Fox will move over to the right. They will play with 4 in the back. McDonald had the only goal of the game in that last game against Portugal. It was only her 2nd international appearance. McDonald coming off a fantastic season in the NWSL Championship Series. How strong she was, MVP.
And what was so surprising about her performances this year, JP, was not the goal scoring. Because sometimes she's a player that maybe will take one and miss a clear chance as well. But it was the way she set up her teammates. I thought her movement reached a new level as well. Her ability to cover ground. She stayed healthy throughout the course of the season, which wasn't the case the previous year. I think just the fitness level overall, her ability to chase back and hunt the ball. And that's something that's incredibly important in this system for the United States.
Ball is going to belong to the U.S. Crystal Dunn throw-in. Started the game as a left-sided midfielder. Will apparently finish it as the left back, which seems to be her starting position come France in the summer of 2019.
I think, yeah, the reason she slides into midfield is a tool. You don't want to make a substitution. I don't think that would be her initial starting position when you have the full complement of players available.
Lavelle. Pass from Pugh. Back to Lavelle. Dahlkemper finding Sauerbrunn. 71st minute. Just a 1-goal lead for the U.S. on a Morgan goal. Could have been 2-0, but Lloyd hit the top of the crossbar on a penalty kick. And it would be Scotland's ball. So how does the U.S. close this out and stay unbeaten? They've got another less than 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more with stoppage time. Kirsty Smith, 24-year-old with a throw-in. Cut off. The U.S. will get it back. Dunn. Sauerbrunn. 3-time NWSL Defender of the Year, finding Morgan. Return pass from Morgan. She was held by Frankie Brown. Ball went out, 72nd minute. Morgan with the only goal, her 98th international goal. And for Morgan now, 25 goals in her last 26 international appearances. So Frankie Brown throw-in. Almost turned over. Ross leaves it for Cuthbert. Quick ball towards Emsley. Harris will just gathered in at the edge of the 18. Sauerbrunn tapped on the left. Dunn wants the sideline. Ball is picked off. Both sides think it's theirs. The Dunn throw-in. Oh, McDonald. Deflected out again. Another throw-in for the U.S. They'll take their time with this.
Jess McDonald has that big throw-in. It'll be interesting to see how the U.S. organizes underneath it.
McDonald using that long throw in. And just falls to goal. Shannon Lynn will put it back into play. 1-0 USA lead in the 74th minute. Game coming to you from Simple Digital Arena. Newly named, used to be St. Mirren Park.
You mean that wasn't its original name?
No, located in the west of Glasgow. Fox, back to goal. Give it away again, the chip, but Harris is back there. If you're looking for answers in this game, Scotland might have found more answers than the U.S. in terms of players anyway that they were looking at.
And building confidence against top team in the world, arguably. I think the U.S. has just been incredibly slow and methodical with everything they've been doing, and credit Scotland for slowing the pace down defensively because of the way they've kept the game tight.
They're going to make another change here in the 75th minute. Looks like Ross is headed out. Lana Cleland will come in, plays in Italy with Fiorentina. She's played for 3 different Italian clubs. So Ross exits, Lana Cleland comes in. 5th sub made by Scotland. U.S. has only made the 1 change. And now we're going to see another. Danielle Colaprico, 2nd cap. Fox has come out. How did Fox do today playing a different outside back position?
Well, left something to be desired for me.
Cuthbert, good strong run, leads it, first touch back, Cuthbert in, wide. May have taken a deflection. She continues to impress.
And right up the heart of the defense for the U.S. It's just the deflection from Carly Lloyd's tackle, and then the quick 1-2. Ertz does well to follow her player. As soon as she gets 1-2'd and senses that Cuthbert is going to go, she continues on and embodies her off just enough there.
That was Cleland's first touch, and she set the table for Cuthbert. So another set-piece opportunity where Scotland have looked dangerous. Weir will take another to the middle, headed away, not out of the box yet. Finally, off Pugh, collision there as the ball rolls out. It's a U.S. throw-in. So Colaprico coming in, 2nd straight game. Players like her and Fox on the outside looking in, but they have a chance to make a case for themselves to come in maybe in January. Here's Lloyd. Morgan, a step behind. Went near side and hit the side netting.
Again, this is where Carly Lloyd has been the most effective, is when she's coming off that back line. She's the one that slips in Alex Morgan. She draws the center back up, and then Alex Morgan has some space on that left side, but can't cut it across. Lynn.
Tough angle that time for Morgan. 78th minute. Her goal is still the only one in this game. Corsi. Flips forward. Nice tackle away. U.S. though likes these kind of games against Scotland and against Portugal. They're not the blowouts like we saw in CONCACAF, where you don't really get a good idea of really where your team is at.
No, and facing an organized defense that's been disciplined as such as Scotland, it poses an interesting challenge for the United States, and you're seeing it. It's hard to judge this game, though, because it is the last one of the calendar year. Missing a lot of players. But I still think with the depth the U.S. has and these players on the pitch, the energy hasn't been there, and that's what I would really chalk this up to, for the lack of impressive in terms of performance.
Depending on the way the draw goes, you could see these two teams play in the group stage at the Women's World Cup. That draw on December 8th. We'll cover it for you. Ball is pushed back by Corsi to Shannon Lynn.
And with Colaprico now in the midfield, it looks like Julie Ertz is slotted into that center back position. And Dahlkemper is the one that moves out to a right back.
For Colaprico to earn a spot for France. Tough competition in that U.S. midfield. They're really loaded.
Ton of depth for the 6, but it's really who steps up and takes. You presume that Julie Ertz owns it. Horan can slot in there if needed. They don't want to lose her those in 8.
Cleland with the freshest legs in the game, taking off on the right side. Sargren will try to close her down. Cleland's cross, not much on it. Blasted away by Ertz. Corner for Scotland.
The last 5 minutes or so, you wonder why Cleland didn't start the match. She's been active, and we talked about Scotland not having an outlet with Jane Ross up there. I think Cleland's providing that.
Weir will take another corner. Corsi, Beattie, and others stepping forward. Weir drives it, headed away. Just enough on it, and then Pugh sends it on its way. Murray. Cleland in the box. Saved by Harris. The first big one she had to make, and she made it. Corner Scotland.
Shift in momentum as Julie Ertz is the one who pushes up on Rachel Corsi, who nods it down, and then that space that Julie Ertz had vacated is now left exposed. Cleland sneaks in there.
A couple of years ago, Cleland had 23 goals scored in a single season in Italy. Murray's going to take the corner. The Liverpool midfielder. Second half sub. This was the Cleland chance.
Clipped over by Murray. Good awareness, too. But you said it, tough angle.
Harris got one hand to it, swatted it away. Throw in for Scotland. They're riding some momentum here.
This one just drifted to the back post. Ashlyn Harris did incredibly well with that, just to push it on, not allow the deflection to be dangerous.
Frankie Brown, who plays for Bristol City, will take this throw in. Headed out. Cleland heads it back towards Weir. Collision there. Cuthbert. Not much on it. It was blocked. McDonald cutting it back. Getting herself out of the jam. Finds Pugh. Runs made by Lavelle, McDonald, and Lloyd. And now Morgan. And that ball is going to go out. 82nd minute. Just a 1-goal lead for the U.S. Coming off 8 consecutive shutouts. They've given up a goal since the Brazil game.
I think they're tempting that streak tonight.
They are. Scotland's done well, winning 7 of the last 8 games, but only 3 by shutout. And they've kept this one close. They've minimized USA opportunities. Corsi. Lifted long. Sauerbrunn in the 83rd minute. An Alex Morgan goal is the difference in this. Came in the 39th minute. Pugh trying to go inside. Beattie with a clearance. Cleland was after it. Couldn't come down with it. Colaprico. That's an easy one to call. Lizzie Arnott is getting ready to come in. Is the 6th sub for Scotland. Arnott plays for Manchester United. Let's see who's coming out. Fiona Brown. Scotland have some players. We've seen them on display today. We'll see them at the next World Cup. They'll be playing some friendlies, probably some tournaments as well in advance of the World Cup. Their goal now to get out of that group stage. We'll find out who they are in with at the draw on December 8th. Sauerbrunn on it as the U.S. tries to close this one out. Stay unbeaten in 2018. Extend the unbeaten streak to 28. Ertz. Clipping it long. In the end, it was too long for Mallory Pugh. Let's bring back in our FIFA referee and rules expert, Christina Uncle. How has this referee managed the game, Christina?
Referee team has done a great job. Specifically, Amy Fern, head referee here, has done a great job in being present for the big moments, for definitely allowing the players to play, and just collectively being able to adapt and adjust, specifically with the strategies and with the number of substitutions. So the referee team has been incredibly successful here today.
Made that call on the penalty kick. Replays backed it up. Harris. Short to Sauerbrunn. Dangerous there. U.S. looked uncomfortable. Scotland making them look uncomfortable.
But the decisions, that's what makes you scratch your head. Sauerbrunn's got two players coming right at her, and you opt to play her at the top of the 18. I know you want to play out, but be safe.
Throwing for Frankie Brown. Wanted Cleland. Battle continues there. It's taken away. Arnott. Now she has the freshest legs in the game. So it's deflected at Cleland. Playing it inside. Ertz with a header. Flick. It's McDonald will try to clear it out. It's McDonald on the ball now. It's Pugh who knocked it away initially. There's Jessica McDonald. Knocked out. Throw-in coming up. Scotland's ball, though. Brown. In the 87th minute, back to Corsi. Beattie. And that one just gets away. Are you surprised, Allie, at only 2 subs for the U.S.?
I am. I am. I thought this was an experimentation trip at the end of the year. Next year, they start to hammer things down in terms of, like you said, they're 11, they're 23, that core 18. I would have thought other players would have gotten minutes, whether it be an Allie Long or Sullivan. I know Jill knows what she gets out of Allie Long, but see where she is, gauge her level right now. Perhaps you give Sullivan more minutes. What about a Sam Mewis? See if she can break lines open.
This is not a blowout game where you're making subs in the end. I see she's going to make one now, but this is a game that's still in the balance. It's only a 1-goal lead for the U.S. And there is Allie Long. Alex Morgan's coming out. Got the job done, though. Only goal of the game. Her 98th international goal. Number 100 will have to wait until the calendar changes to 2019.
And it was a pretty goal. I mean, Alex Morgan, I think, is better suited to play in the center, the spearhead of that trident. But I do think that with her ability to come in off that weak side, we saw something special when Carly Lloyd can then draw a defender into that near post. Yes, she was left wide open, but there are moments like that that look positive for Alex Morgan coming in off the left side. But central striker is going to be her core role.
Played long, headed away. Oh, big collision there. That was Lloyd involved in it with Murray. There was no give there. It was such a quick play. She bounced up a lot quicker than anyone might have expected.
And blindsided at the challenge coming in from Murray. Reckless at that.
89th minute. Yeah, she didn't really see that one coming. No time to see it. She's making her leave the field. For the moment, anyway. We'll come back with the referee's permission. With the clock showing now 89th minute. Soon to be 90th. Cuthbert. We're in the 90th minute now. Dahlkemper's being chased. Well, if anything, Scotland has the fresher legs with all the subs that they've made. And some of the subs, like Cleland, have looked pretty impressive. Murray as well. Is back there to defend. It's going to be a corner for Scotland.
And it's always hard to judge. Why did things shift for Scotland? Was it those fresh substitutions?
It's the first time they played the corner quick and behind like they did. Cuthbert slowed down. And then the foul.
Was it those substitutions for Scotland, or was it actually sliding Ertz into that center back role? Did that change things for the U.S. in the center of the park?
Harris will take her time putting this ball back into play. We've hit 90 minutes. 3 minutes. Minimum of 3 put on here in stoppage time. Every time they show that bench, Ollie, Shelley Kerr is smiling, and you would be too with this result. They're losing, but close. Cuthbert shooting wide. She says jersey tuck. She was right.
It's fun to watch her glide by players. There, the look off, and then slicing by Julie Ertz. She gets her to bite on it. Sauerbrun's positioning was actually fantastic there because it forced that shot to go outside. She didn't have that interior gap to hit.
Well, this free kick will be about 25 or so, maybe 26 yards away from goal. It's Weir as one of the potential ones to hit this. Emsley's another. Murray's the deepest. On the whistle, Emsley leaves it. Weir, the shot hits the wall. Pugh with a clearance. Weir back on it. Heavy touch, lost it there. Carly Lloyd. Long for this run. On the left sideline. And that's a smart play by Mal Pugh, just taking it towards the corner. They just need to kill the clock. And they come away with another win and keep all kinds of streaks going. Nearly 2 minutes gone in stoppage time. Ready for this corner and ready for this other change. Buras is going to be coming in for Carly Lloyd.
I just wonder why they didn't make these substitutions sooner to give some of these players more quality minutes. I think a frustrating night for Carly Lloyd, missing that penalty. I think that the few times that she impacted the game positively when she was able to get off that back line, the U.S. found her defeat. She did well in that half space, but otherwise didn't threaten him behind as much. She's not going to be that player that Alex Morgan is looking to run between the center backs, or the center back and the outside back.
Finally, this corner from Lavelle. Short to keep possession. Done. Finally, the ball is knocked out. One last potential attack for Scotland, but they have a long way to go. And so precious time left. Brown with a throw-in. U.S. is going to get it back. Lavelle. Scottish fans don't like it, but it's the right thing to do. They're just trying to kill the clock. Referee has already taken a glance at the watch. We're past that minimum of 3, but there were substitutions made during that time. More time added on. No more. That's going to do it. This is closer, Ali, than we all would have thought, but it's still a USA win. They remain unbeaten, and it's now 884 consecutive shutout minutes.
Strong calendar year for the U.S. I think this game didn't tell us much. I think for the opportunities for Fox, Son, and Ashlyn Harris, I think their question marks still remain, but I would fully anticipate those players, Jess McDonald and Colaprico, get invites into January, and perhaps that's what this was all about, these last 2 trips outside of getting a nice rhythm for the U.S. in Europe.
Great effort for the women in blue. They gave it a good fight, but they lose to the U.S. by the final score of 1-0. Come back with us. Rob, Megan, and Christy will take you the rest of the way in the postgame.